You want to explain why these first 30 days of Icosa are so special? Yeah, what about it is like really unique?
Yeah, so the like fun part about Icosa that's very different from Hedron is Hedron came out and then it was just like everyone can have all these tokens, right?
Hmm.
Icosa is the exact opposite. Icosa comes out and no one has anything. No, there's not even like a centralized address, no SA, no OA, zero supply starting out.
Hmm.
So if you want Icosa day one,
Hmm.
well, a lot of people will think, okay, well, I'm gonna go stake some Hedron. You can do that, but the smallest stake length minimum is 30 days, right? So if
Hmm.
you end it before that 30 days is up, you're gonna have a penalty. So the only way to get it within that 30-day period without penalties is to do the HSI buyback,
Yep.
right? So you have to give something up of value into the contract in order to get that immediate liquid Icosa. And most likely you're not going to want that Icosa to be sold from you. Like if you're not going to stake it, if you're not a staker, um, you're not going to want to sell that Icosa for less than it costs you to make it, right?
Hmm.
So
Yep.
so you're probably not going to like willingly put it in liquidity positions where you're going to just lose it all
Yep.
for less than what it cost you. So what that means is on the flip side of that is that Icosa staking pool, there's not going to be a lot of supply. Basically, everyone's going to be a whale, and it's going to get the same rewards that the Hedron pool gets in
Hmm.
Icosa. So like it's going to just be this super lucrative thing. Like we may see like triple digit yield percentages per day.
Hmm.
It's a possibility um, in that pool just because of the low supply of Icosa starting out.
Triple
So
digit daily. That's nothing to scoff at.
no, like if you could put in 100 coins and then tomorrow it's 400 coins, yeah,
Hmm.
you'd be happy with that. So
Yeah.
like that's gonna it's gonna be kind of nutso in the Icosa
Yeah.
staking pool. And when that happens and we find out what those rates are and if they're as high as I think they're gonna be, like triple digits is like it's possible, but it may not happen if enough
Yeah.
people FOMO into HSI buybacks, right? But
Yeah. That would be
but it,
great though.
yeah, but if only like I don't know, like 20 people go into HSI buybacks, well, yeah,
Yeah.
you're probably gonna see triple digit per day.
Hmm.
But if you see that, like that's the good thing, right? Is like because if people outside of that ecosystem see, oh crap, like this token's earning like 400% per day yield, I want to
Yep.
buy it. Well, what happens to the price when you don't want to sell it below what it costs you,
Hmm.
and everyone wants it because it's getting 400% per day? It's like, well, it probably goes above the arb point.
In your T share right now, which I don't think we've talked to exactly on the formula for HSI buybacks, but it's the T share is taken into account twice in that formula. And so you lock in your T share rate and you have it ready to go right off the bat, independent of whatever ratio price we see on day one.
Yeah, so it's like just to go into that, like the math for how much Icosa you get for an HSI is the borrowable hedron that it has
Mm-hmm.
divided by the hex share rate at the time, right? And that's how much Icosa it will give you. But the like important piece of that is your borrowable hedron's also determined by how many shares your stake
Right.
has, right? It's
Yep.
like you want your stake to have as many shares as possible. So you want to create it earlier, and then if you're going to do HSI buyback, going in earlier is also better than later because the share rate will go up during that
Yep.
time and decrease the payout. So so yeah, it basically does it twice. Yeah, we're all that say. So the fun part about it is it's effectively a hedron stake kind of, right? It performs the same idea as like you throw some funds in and you get Icosa yield. So how that
Mm-hmm.
works is it can be uh, ETH, WETH, so wrapped ETH, USDC, Hex, Hedron, or Maxi.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the accepted currencies. You throw those in that pool, and it's a lot like the Hex adoption amplifier. You don't get those back, but what you get, what you're effectively doing is you're buying an NFT. So it's this code, it's in the contract, you run it yourself. You can only mint your own NFT. No one can mint it for you. No
Mm-hmm.
work from others, that kind of thing. So you get this NFT, and what this NFT does is it accrues Icosa yield. So it gets what's written into the NFT is like how many stake points did this have, which is based upon what you bought it for. So Like, for example, like $1 worth of something is roughly a million stake points.
Mm-hmm.
So you have a million stake points, and let's say that's like 10% of all, like only $10 went into it, and you get 10% a day. Yeah, I know, right? That'd be great. So but you would get 10% of the yield every day that happens in this pool, and it's isolated from the Hedron and Icosa staking pools. It's its
But it's
own.
the same amount.
Yeah, but it's the same amount exactly. So like, let's say there's 10,000 Icosa every day going into that pool. Well, you're going to get 1,000 Icosa. That NFT is going to accrue 1,000 Icosa every day.
Yep.
And the beautiful part about Where All the SA is after 14 days, you can't create them anymore. Like, the ability to do that is removed. So you have this like 14-day window where you can create these NFTs, and then afterwards, no one can make them anymore, which means you can't be diluted, right?
Mm-hmm.
After 14 days, no one can eat more shares of the pool because you can't create any more shares in the pool. But here's the tricky part. This thing's accruing 1,000 Icosa per day, and you want that Icosa. Well, you have to burn your NFT. You have to destroy it, which means it won't earn yield anymore. It's just poof, gone. But you did get your yield. Mm-hmm. So what this is kind of like a crypto game of chicken or King of the Hill, where
can you describe it as like a reverse hourglass game, something like that?
Yeah, reverse hourglass game. That's a good idea. That's a good analogy. So, everyone's in there. They want to stay in as long as possible because they want as much yield as possible. But at some point, they're going to want to cash out. And when they do, they can't go back. They can't go back into the pool. So what that means is, like, okay, they cashed out, but because their shares are poof gone, everyone else's yield just went up because now they all own more bigger percentages of the pool. So eventually there'll be one guy standing, like one last man standing, who's getting 100% of pool yield, and
he can't get it unless
he can't get it unless he ends it. But he'll be getting all of it. So will he end it? I don't know. Like those are questions. But so it's like this, like time. It's like a adoption amplifier that's like time delayed, and you choose the time. The longer you wait, the more it'll accrue.